Welcome everyone. This is a quick introduction to the Google Classroom interface. School starts this week and we want to make sure everyone knows what to do and where to find their assignments. So when you first log into your Google account, you'll be looking for the Google Classroom icon. So you're going to click on that, okay, and it's going to open up a bunch of boxes here with your different courses. Each one of these represents all the different classes you have been assigned. We have tried to pre-assign everyone into the proper classes. If you think we made a mistake, let us know right away so we can fix that and get you in the right course as soon as possible. Okay, now how do you know when you have assignments and what's going on? First thing you should probably do is check out on the RHP website. Uh, there's a link right here called Schedule for Distance Learning. Schedule for Distance Learning tells you the times of all our courses. So for instance, down here, my calculus class will have a 12 o'clock meeting every day online. So we'll be doing Zoom lessons. My math analysis class will have meetings at 1 o'clock every single day. And so you get the idea, okay? So you just look for your class and the time period, and that's when your students are expected to be ready to go online, either through a Zoom meeting or a Google Meet. And I'll talk more about that as we go. So in each of these classes here, let's just open up my calculus course real quick. You'll see a link to the Google Meet. So the calculus is supposed to meet at 12 o'clock every day, and so I'll enter the Google Meet or do a Zoom lesson, and I'll tell them which one we're doing. And then at that time, they click on the link and they'll be accepted into the live video instruction for the day. For my personal classes, if you have this arrow down here, you're going to click on that, and that has the link to the Zoom lessons. I'm personally using Zoom as my interface just because it includes some annotation tools that work a little better than Google Meet. But every teacher will be doing either a Google Meet or a Zoom lecture for their live instruction. Okay, let's talk about the interface real quick here. Um, that's the first page here. This is called the Google Stream. And this is where you put announcements. So like I have, hey, school begins tomorrow with a link to the Zoom class. I put little videos in. I'll put just some information. You can see like some students request for help on certain problems, so they can make comments on here as well. Um, I've I upload different PDF files they have access to for the assignments, and so this is just the announcement page. Now, as a student, what do you do and how do you know what to do? So that's going to be over here in the upcoming work, and I'll do a demonstration here in just a second. But if you click on classwork here, you'll also see some assignments, some course information, and each teacher is going to set this up a little differently, so it just depends on your teacher. You'll also see a Google Calendar here, so you can look, a couple weeks in advance and see what's coming up in your class, and you can keep track of things through that Google Calendar. Parents, you could actually take the Google link for that calendar, put it on your phone, and you'll have all the assignments right there on your phone. At least, yeah. So like the ICS files for that Google Calendar, you can put on your phone, and it should work beautifully, especially like with uh, an Android or even an iPhone. It would be great. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. Now let's talk a little bit about what do the students do when they get in here. What's the assignment going to be? To do that, I'm going to do a little demonstration here. I'm going to have a student interface and a teacher interface. So if you look over here, on the left side of the screen, I'm logged in as a teacher. On the right side, I'm logged in as a student. That way you can kind of see how this whole thing works, okay? So right now, I haven't made any assignments in here, but I do have student number one has been assigned to my class. So whatever I do here, student number one over here, we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to go to the classwork page and create an assignment for my students. Okay, see, just real quick, this teacher has the ability to create an assignment. I could do a quiz that has like a fillable form that you have to fill out. I could just ask a question and the student answers in the comments. I could upload material like PDF files, YouTube videos, all sorts of different things. So I'm just going to create a simple assignment, and let's make it a little larger so you can see. I'm going to call this solar system presentation. And the instructions: create a Google slideshow of the solar system. And I could come in here and I can create a Google slide and for the students to use. I don't have to do it this way. Let's go back here. I can show you a couple other things. If I create the Google slide, I could set one up for each student, make a copy so that when you go in, each student will have access to that Google slide. And like I might want to put some sample slide pictures on there just to get you started. But let's say I don't do it that way. Let's say I just put the instructions in, put a point value and a due date. So let's just do it this way. So I haven't created an actual document for you, so you have to create the document. So I'm going to click assign, and so that's the solar system presentation due on Friday. And if I go to my stream, you'll see that that is also there. Okay, well, let's go back to the student view. Okay, so this is on the left, that's the teacher view. What do the students see? Well, if I refresh my data over here, you'll see that the student now can see that assignment. Okay, Mr. Lenny has posted the assignment, so let's make that a little larger. And this over here on the left where it says upcoming, see this? This is where you're going to see a long list of all the assignments you have for this class. I will hit view all, and you'll see all of your assignments. You might have, one, or you might have 10. It just depends on how many assignments the teachers put in there for the week. Returned. So if I've submitted an assignment and the teachers graded it, they send it back to me. You'll see it here with a grade on it. Missing are the assignments that I haven't even touched yet. I haven't even opened it. Okay. And also, let me show you this at the top. If I hit classes in my to-do list, it actually shows you all the work you have to do for all of your classes. Okay, so let me just show you that real quick. And so right now the student only has 2 assignments out of all the classes. This week, art music, they have the soundtrack of my life and demo class that they have to do. Okay, so let's just go back into my demo class and view all, and this is a solar presentation that I have to do. Okay, well, I don't see quite what I need to do yet, so obviously click View Details, and it'll tell you to create a Google slideshow of the solar system. Okay, cool. Well, what do? I come over here where it says Add or Create. I'm going to create, and then this is where I'm going to put my Google slide. Now, maybe a different assignment, you'll have to create like a Google Docs or a Google Sheet. Over here, you just create what you're asked to create. So I'm going to do a Google slide. Okay, so it's creating the Google slide for me right now, and then it's actually going to open up a new interface. I'm going to see the Google slide page, and I'm supposed to create a solar system presentation. So that's what I'm going to create quickly. Over here on the left side is I have one slide. If I just click on it and hit enter, now I have 2 slides. And I could hit enter a couple times. I could take these, I could drag them around, move them wherever I want. So you get the idea. You can move the slides wherever you want. I'm just going to create a quick one here and just do one with pictures. So I'm going to insert an image from the web, search the web. Opens a cool little dialog box over here. I'm just going to type in planet Earth. And I'm going to have some cool images. So I could just take that over here, drag it in. That's a cool little picture. Give it a title. Let's just say Earth. And then we can put some details about the Earth, number of continents, the size, and anything that you're requested to do in the instructions. What's another cool planet? Let's do Mars. Okay, well, let's come over here to my photos, type Mars. I'm going to type planet Mars pictures. And so I have some cool images of planet Mars. And I'll drag that over here. Let's just size it down a little bit. So you get the idea. You can put, pictures on each of these. Maybe Saturn. I love Saturn. That's a cool planet. And so we'll put Saturn in here. And so we have a cool slideshow. Didn't take very long at all. And I'm going to take this and submit it back to the teacher. Obviously, the teacher will get a little bit more specific on what to do, but this is just a quick slideshow that I've done, and it automatically saves it as I go. So if I close this right now, it's already saved. And right here, student one Google Slide, remember I created that? That's the presentation that I just created. Okay, so it's still all there. I just clicked it to prove that it's all there. Okay, and if I'm ready to turn it in and it's already entered right here, I could just hit the turn it in button. Okay, so I go here. One attachment will be submitted. Yes, I want to select that one. I don't have to select it actually. That's just to see it. Back here, that's the one that's going to be attached, and I just click on turn in. So that's one way to do it. There's actually quite a few different ways to turn in assignments. And let's just say, oh no, I forgot something. I forgot to do something. You could actually unsubmit it before the teacher even sees it. So you could click unsubmit. So now I've unsubmitted it, so the teacher no longer has access to it. I could come in, make some kind of a change. So, planet Earth, Earth rocks. That's a joke. Okay. So you get the idea, and then at that point I could turn it in. So there you go. So what does that do? Let's go through the whole process here. What happens now on the teacher side? So let me go to classwork, and I'm going to open up. There's the assignment, and I can see that one person has turned in that assignment. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to grade this assignment here. I'm going to open up that assignment, and I can see that student number one has turned in a demonstration or a presentation. I would see all my students here, and I could actually come in, open the presentation as a teacher, and I could grade it from here. I can mark it up, and the student will see whatever I make comments over here in the private comment section, so that only they see it. Or I could come in here and make and type on here or draw on here or whatever I want to do. And as soon as I'm done, I'm going to return it to the student. I'll actually give it a grade. I love it, 100%, and return it to the student. And that student now has 100% on that assignment. Okay, and then I can close this down, and you'll see over here. Let's refresh the window. We have student number one he has 100 points on that assignment. And again, that's the teacher view. What does the student see? Well, if I go back to my home screen demo here, demo class, and I could go into my classwork and view your work, you can see you can see that it's been graded, and you can see that you have received a score of 100% on it. Another way to do it, go over to view all, and you'll be able to see all your assignments, the ones that were assigned, returned. This one's now returned, and I got a score of 100% on it. And then I could view any details of any comments the teacher made or anything like that. So that's just a quick intro to the Google Classroom on how to submit something and to see the scores. I'm going to do some more detailed discussions on how to use DocHub and Kami, how to put video into it, and so forth. But that's just a quick introduction on how to use the Google Classroom interface. Thank you.